Three Pigs and a Cow. The Story of a Filipino Wedding Plan by Terence Flannery. Who can say how such a plan could ever work? But in travelling to the Philippines I finally met the one, so I'm thinking anything is possible. Now meeting the one, your soulmate, is supposed to make everything simple, isn't it? After all, you're twin flames, joined at the soul, travelling through eternity and destined to meet again and make each other into a single digit. Right? Wrong. You've grown in different ways, learned different lessons, faced different challenges, and are already whole in your different halves. Yes, it's true to say that when you are finally reunited in time, you skip the usual beginning reserved for mere mortals and launch straight into being in love. It's not always unconditional love, but it is undying love, because underneath it all is the recognition of the familiar, of the remembering of the intangible bond from another time and space that won't be described. It flies in the face of common sense and scoffed at the pleas of best friends and family to be logical, well-intentioned though the pleas may be. But I'm rambling on a bit here, so back to the Three Pigs and the Cow. Now, forgive me, but what do I know about such things? I'm a city boy from Manchester in Lancashire, which is better known for coal mines and cotton mills than livestock. The nearest I've been to a pig is 3 slices of Danish bacon sitting on a breakfast plate next to the fried eggs and toast. A cow, on the other hand, is, I know, what we get milk from, though how they persuade the animal to put it into a bottle is beyond me. But there I go rambling on again. So, I met her, the one, my soulmate, in Cebu City. Coincidentally, I also met an earthquake, a 7.3 on the Richter scale, and I'm still not sure which event has left me more shook up. Let's just say I'm still feeling the aftershocks of meeting Beth, my lovely Filipino lady, 5'2", 95 pounds, and the 7.4 on the Richter scale. But back again to the Three Pigs and a Cow, and you are forgiven for wondering what they have to do with planning a wedding. Let's start at the beginning. We've consulted with Nanay, the mama, and she in turn has consulted the charts for the phase of the moon most likely to shine with favour on our union. And who am I to disagree with this formidable woman? All of 4'11", she has borne 10 children, and ruled them with an iron hand in a tiny, isolated 3-roomed wood-frame house without electricity or running water on the island of Bohol. It's a 2-mile walk from the road along a narrow dirt track, up over hills and down, and rain or shine the kids would walk this track every day to get to school. The house is set in beautiful hills which look as if they were reverse-engineered from a small child's painting. They simply rise out of the ground like upturned plant pots, and from the house they are all the eye can see in any direction. Not another single house. The most read book in the home is the Bible, you better believe, and on my first visit Nanay fixes me with a steely stare when I try to put food in my mouth before she says grace. One look from the Nanay and I'm retro-rocketed back to being 6 years old. I never made that mistake again. Limited finances are telling us we cannot afford a big wedding, so it's decided we will have a quiet civil ceremony with just family attending, and then hold a reception at the home in the hills, and lay on food with open house invitations. Enter the Three Pigs and a Cow. Finally, you say. Which will be the main dishes. Having made that long walk from the road, I protest. We're in the middle of nowhere, I say. nobody will come. It's explained to me that if there is free food, everyone will come. Well, I'm not done yet. Us city boys are not stupid, you know. And how are we going to carry 3 pigs and a cow up a 2-mile narrow dirt track, may I ask? There is a moment of silence in which I believe that I have made my point. Thank you very much. I'm fixed with a withering stare by this whole family of farmers and fishermen before being gently taken to one side by Beth, where I am treated to the same patience normally afforded a babbling idiot. She sits me down and explains, slowly, as is appropriate when talking to someone of extremely limited intelligence, that the cow and the pigs will be alive and will walk to the house. In fact, the cow will even carry whoever brings them on its back. But what happens then, I ask, even as images of the period of mayhem and slaughter that must precede the arrival of that part of the pig that represents my 3 slices of breakfast bacon hit home? My mind is filled with the silent questions that for a lifetime I have managed to avoid asking about exactly how meat arrives on the plate. Oh, for pity's sake, now I'm imagining the squealing, terrified pigs scattering about the yard trying to escape the knife. Especially the 2nd and the 3rd pigs, who now know exactly what's waiting for them. This is not to mention the cow, which is spooked at the smell of blood and is kicking the side of the house down. It's a cow, for crying out loud. I mean, those things are huge. What if it falls on someone? And all this blood and bodies will be the glorious start of my wedded bliss? No, no, no. Time to draw down my old familiar curtain of denial and learned ignorance, which was always bliss. No, I've made up my mind. Bacon is still just bacon, and has always come in slices and hermetically sealed in plastic. And don't even talk to me about beef. The remainder of the planning meeting passed in a blur, and when it was announced that everything was agreed and the plan was in place, I heaved a sigh of relief. It seems I will not be involved in anything that requires the mindset of an adult, and will be sent out to play with the children at the beach. It works for me. Now, does anybody have 3 pigs and a cow they want to get rid of?